Bitter criticism. Friday night. Friday night reading. I don't know. I'm reading Pepe Escobar Telegram, I guess. So I'm going to 64 updates. I'm going to see the posts, direct posts, beautiful photographs from Xi Jinping with Vladimir Putin. Where's Lula? And the post says, who were the veterans seated next to Putin and Xi? On the right is 101-year-old Ivan Martinushkin. He fought as part of the Ukrainian front. On the left is 99-year-old Evgeny Znamensky, part of the Belarusian front. He stormed Berlin in 1945. Xi Jinping is such a nice guy. Xi Jinping is really enjoying. That's a leader state, because I know a lot of people like Donald Trump. Donald Trump will not understand. And well, and there's a Pepe Escobar is in Russia too, speaking Spanish, speaking No Pasarán, Russia's defiant message against, quote, liberal totalitarianism, end quote, on Victory Day. From the heart of Moscow, Pepe Escobar reports on the monumental military parade on Red Square, a day etched in Russia's modern history and the enduring legacy of the Soviet Union. Quote, a ceremony of blending beauty, precision, and profound meaning, end quote. I'm going to see this. I like military parades. I like to see the nuclear bombs. I like to see the bombs, the nukes. The world watched as leaders of the multipolar order, President Putin, and key figures from the global south stood united with the heirs of the armies that defeated Nazism 80 years ago. The message, no pasarán, they won't win, as some European elites push for a new liberal totalitarianism. Today's gathering sent a resounding signal. Fascism and Nazism will never rise again. Eurasia stands firm. The gravity, the symbolism, the unshakable resolve. This was history in motion. And there's a message in the sky, in the space too, look, from El Antidiplomático. I'm going to try to see. Oh, there's a dance day. They are dancing. Nah, not mother dancing, but anyway. There's an Italian text saying "L'hanno fatto di nuovo." I don't know how to say 80th anniversary of the victory of the flag and stuff. They are Russian. I don't understand Russian nor Italian. But anyway, trying to find an article. Where is the article? The article. Well, Victory Day, 80 years a lot of things going on. No time to write. Full house at UN's General Assembly in New York as Russian shore performed classic Soviet songs marking the 80th anniversary of Nazi Germany's defeat in World War II. In 2025, surprise, they got a visa at all. The UN was, of course, formed on the results of World War II, with 5 key states having the power of veto. Getting rid of Russia, which has crossed their mind, will result in the same fate as the League of Nations preceding it. I guess, yeah. An interesting question and an interesting fact about this date is what's going on in Germany nowadays. Well, next I'm going to read Russia Today. I'm trying to, yeah, there's no articles, so I'm heading to Russia Today now. Well, Putin says, May 9, truth and justice are on our side, Putin. Russia remains an unbreakable barrier against Nazism, Russophobia and anti-Semitism, the president has said. And there's a photograph of Vladimir Putin. Russian President Vladimir Putin speaks during Victory Day parade in Moscow on May 9, 2025. And the entire nation supports the troops taking part in the military operation against the Kiev regime. Russian President Vladimir Putin declared during his Victory Day speech in Moscow on Friday. The country stands as an unbreakable barrier against Nazism, Russophobia, and anti-Semitism, with, quote, truth and justice on our side, he added. This year's event marks the 80th anniversary of the Soviet victory over Nazi Germany in World War II. Addressing an audience of veterans, military personnel visiting foreign heads of state and citizens, the president linked the Soviet Union's historic gift, the historic fight against Nazism, to Russia's current military efforts. Putin emphasized that the nation will continue to defend its sovereignty, values, and historical legacy against what he described as modern manifestations of aggressive and destructive ideologies. Moscow has long accused Kiev of adhering to Nazi ideology. Quote, truth and justice are on our side. The whole of Russia, our society, and all people support our soldiers, the president said. He reminded that, quote, our fathers, grandfathers, and great-grandfathers saved the fatherland and entrusted the current generation to defend it, to be united, to firmly defend our national interests, our 1,000-year history, culture, traditional values, everything that is dear to us, that is sacred to us. Putin also warned against attempts to rewrite the history of World War II, vowing that Russia will preserve the truth about the Soviet Union's decisive role in defending Nazism. Quote, our duty is to defend the honor of the Red Army soldiers and commanders and the heroism of fighters of different ethnic backgrounds who will be forever remain Russian soldiers in world history, end quote, he said. The president recalled the decisive Soviet victories in key World War II battles, including Moscow, Stalingrad, and Kursk. and pay tribute to the resilience of besieged cities such as Leningrad. He highlighted the shared sacrifices of all Soviet republics. Concluding his address, Putin called on Russians to remain steadfast and united in the face of modern challenges, invoking the spirit of sacrifices that brought peace 8 decades ago. Quote, "We honor every veteran of the Great Patriotic War and bow our heads in remembrance of all who gave their lives for victory," end quote, he said, as the country marked one of its most solemn and significant national holidays. You know, I don't pay much attention to any celebration because is every year is the same. But I'm going to watch this. I hope to see a lot of weapons. I will watch it on YouTube. We'll watch it. Yeah, this is interesting too because there's a lot of leaders. Putin welcomes foreign leaders on Victory Day, as it happened May 9 too. Russia celebrates the 80th anniversary of the Soviet triumph and the Great Patriotic War against Nazi Germany. And there's a photograph of a lot of tanks. Victory Day military parade rehearsal in Moscow. Military parades and other ceremonial events paying tribute to the valor and sacrifice of the Soviet people have taken place across Russia, with the centerpiece Victory Day celebration in Moscow, attended by 29 foreign leaders, thousands of troops and dozens of military vehicles. Paraded through Moscow's iconic Red Square on May 9 to mark the 80th anniversary of the victory over Nazi Germany and its collaborators. For over a decade, Victory Day has also featured a massive civilian march known as the Immortal Regime, during which people carry portraits of their relatives who fought the Nazis. Dozens of Immortal Regiment marches have already taken place across the world over the past week, including in China, Africa, and Latin America, leading up to Russia's Victory Day celebrations. Following the parade in Moscow, Russian President Vladimir Putin held a series of meetings with visiting leaders, with talks expected to cover Ukraine, regional conflicts, energy cooperation, and economic ties. The leaders of Brazil, Egypt, Slovakia, Serbia, and Uzbekistan were among those taking part in the discussions. This live stream has ended, and well, there is an update. A lot of meetings. This is the meeting with, I don't know, this flag. I guess it's Uzbekistan, but anyway, a lot of leader meetings. I saw Lula on social media. It was funny because Putin gave a huge how to say, a huge amount of roses. I don't know how you say, a collective amount of flowers. Well, and there's another news: Brazil and Russia could play soccer friendly. Anyway, I'm going to watch another news from the same subject. Yeah. is an important year for this celebration because of Nazism, revival Nazism in Ukraine. May 9, home, Russia and former Soviet Union. From battlefield to Red Square, Russia's parade weaponry explained. A detailed look at the military vehicles and weapon systems showcased on Russia's Victory Day parade and how they are performing on the battlefield. And the photograph BMD 4M airborne combat vehicles at the military parade to mark the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War on Red Square in Moscow. This year's Victory Day parade was quite a spectacle, grander and more impressive than ever. Thousands of service members marched in perfect unison across Red Square's cobblestones, a display of discipline, precision, and national pride. On foot, the parade featured Russia's Honor Guard units. Russian Honor Guards units from all three branches of the armed forces, cadets from the Suvorov Military School and the Nakhimov Naval School, Military Academy trainees, ground troops, National Guard units, emergency ministry cadets, and members of the Young Army. Joining the celebration in a solemn show of camaraderie were marching contingents from Belarus, Kazakhstan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkmenistan, not Brazil. Representing allied nations were cadets from Vietnam's Fourth Army Academy, Egypt's military police, the Chinese People's Liberation Army Honor Guard, troops from Laos, and ceremonial units from Myanmar's armed forces. As always, the real showstopper was the military hardware. Russia Today takes a closer look at the equipment that took center stage on Red Square this year and how it's being used on the battlefield. Tiger M armored vehicle. In modern warfare, mobility and protection are everything, and the Tiger M armored vehicle delivers both. One of the most widely used platforms in the Russian armed forces today, the Tiger M blends firepower, armor, and agility into a rough, rugged infantry transport vehicle developed by the military industrial company. It features an Ansett Class 5 ballistic protection capable of withstanding 7.62 millimeters armor-piercing rounds, reinforced anti-mine shielding rated for blasts up to 2 kilograms of TNT, and a stronger frame with improved suspension. Its steel and ceramic composite chassis strikes a balance between durability and weight. Under the hood, the Tiger M is powered by a 215 powerhouse turbo diesel engine, reaching speeds up to 120 kph and offering a range of 1,000 kilometers. It can haul up to 1,500 kilograms and carries a crew of 2 plus 8 passengers. But versatility is where Tiger M truly shines. It comes in multiple variants, including reconnaissance platforms with advanced optics, turret-mounted gun systems like the 12.7 mm Scud or 30 mm grenade launchers, medical evacuation models, and command vehicles outfitted with comms gear. Widely deployed in the special military operation, the Tiger M has become a cornerstone of Russia's modern combat force. And this is like a jeep, I don't know, a military truck. I'm absolutely, I have no idea about VPK Ural Armored Vehicle. Whether rolling through Donbass or the Syrian desert, the VPK Ural armored truck is a battlefield workhorse. These aren't just troop carriers, they are combat-grade logistics vehicles designed to deliver artillery, supplies, and personnel, even under fire. The cab is reinforced to withstand hits from 12.7 millimeters rounds, and the chassis is optimized to handle mine blasts. Equipped with a 600 horsepower diesel engine, the VPK Ural excels off-road while carrying heavy loads. It is engineered to operate in extreme temperatures ranging from 45 minus 45 degrees Celsius to positive 55 degrees Celsius, and it's built to go to the distance up to 500,000 kilometers without requiring an overhaul. Those are regular trucks, if you ask me. VPK Ural armored vehicle at the military parade to mark the 80th anniversary of victory in Great Patriotic War on Red Square in Moscow. ZSA UK Linza, built for life-saving missions on the front line. The ZSA UK Linza is a high-mobility armored medevac vehicle designed to evacuate wounded soldiers quickly and safely, based on the CAM AZ 53949 Typhoon K 4+4 platform. The Linza offers ballistic protection against 7.62 millimeter armor-piercing rounds and a hull capable of absorbing mine blasts of up to 6 kilograms of TNT. Inside there is room for 4 stretchers or 6-seated casualties, plus a full suite of emergency medical gear, climate control, and onboard life support systems. The Linza can hit speeds of 100 kph and has a range of up to 1,200 kilometers, making a critical link in frontline medical support. So this article is basically about military innovation. Yeah, there's a lot. Look, a lot. That would be great to watch a YouTube video explaining all this.